of all. Let me adjust the zoom on my camera. Let me turn on my background light. I am not prepared at all for this live stream. There we go. Alright, we got the Tubby light on. Got the perfect lighting going. We're all set. So, I want to ask you guys something. First, let me pull up the app on my phone so that I can see if anybody's watching. I was watching Moist Critical this morning, and I happened to stumble upon some of his, like, paranormal videos that he was reviewing. Oops, hold on, I gotta turn off the volume on that. I stumbled across his, like, paranormal videos that he was talking about, and how, he was reviewing them and going over, like, how each one could be faked, blah, blah, blah. And it really begs the question to me. I know this has nothing to do with what I normally do on the channel, but I'm just curious. Like, are people really still falling for that, like, top 5 haunted videos bullshit on YouTube? Because, I don't know. Like, if I just type in top 5, yeah, it's all paranormal stuff. It's always scary. Like, the first thing you see is, like, top 5 scary ghost videos that'll make you cry for daddy. I don't like this thumbnail. And people still do this. Like, this is a real thing. I want to say it started with Top 5S, because when that guy came out, I watched him consecutively when I was a kid. I would like make it a Friday afternoon thing after school to just come home and binge watch his content. And for a while, I believed that it was real, because, you know, you have that sense of discovery, you have that feeling like, yeah, you know what, I wouldn't put it past me. I mean, it's not like, I don't know, how do I describe this? Like, I've been through worse in life, so I can't necessarily say that a paranormal encounter would be what genuinely fucks me up, because I'm already fucked up. So, like, I don't really have a reason to believe in paranormal stuff, I guess. I've never seen anything like that. I've never experienced something that was... Okay, let me back up a little bit. Earlier this year, this is a bit personal for me, but earlier this year, I found out that my sister passed away. I posted about this on the channel a while back. It's not something that I like to talk about for obvious reasons. But one night, a couple months ago, I was woken up because I had thought, or so I like thought at the time, that someone had been calling my name from outside my window. I sleep, the way that we sleep, the window is like right next to my my head, so it woke me up, and it genuinely scared the shit out of me, and I cried, I had a hard time going back to sleep. It was a really, really weird situation. But that was probably the only time that I could think of that I ever, I guess, experienced something like that. So it was very, and I'm not saying, like, you know, that convinced me or didn't convince me that the paranormal is real. It's just, I do firmly believe that somebody was calling to me at that moment, and I do firmly believe that it was my sister. Whether or not that's supernatural, I don't know. I guess that's up for debate, but I would like to think that it was just something that happened that was meant to happen and I was supposed to hear it. I don't know. I look at things like that weirdly. But anyway, to get back into the subject of what we're going to be talking about here, I'm not going to watch Nuke's Top 5 because Critical watches him a lot, and I feel like that would just be like copycatting. I don't want to copy him. What's top 5 best? I've never fucking heard of this guy, but apparently he has 5 million views. 5 million subs. That fucks me up because I'm sitting here fucking making videos of me playing video games. Again, it's not special. What I do is not better than what anyone else does. It's just the same shit, different day. But this guy... all these accounts are the fucking same. They literally are all the same. Deadly animals you'll be glad to know are extinct. Okay. Total idiots at work. Well, that picture right there is clickbait. That's a meme. That's not even a real fucking picture, I'm pretty sure. 10 animals that saved their owners' lives? What is this? It's a picture of a dog going onto a railroad track where a baby is? That shit is not real. It's stuff like this. Like, yeah, maybe the videos involved in this are real, but this picture isn't. I hate when people clickbait. It's so stupid. I do it ironically. I'll go to my channel real quick before I get back to the paranormal stuff. Like, no, I don't even clickbait, because the only thing I do is I put my face in the thumbnail. That's what I do. I put my own face in it, making like a confused, like, oh, like, whatever. But it's not clickbait. It's not like I'm like, oh, check this out. I only did that once, and it was for the my favorite games video. Yeah, this one. I only did it for that one because I thought it was funny as a joke, like to just do the fucking meme of the guy who's like, oh my god, look. But that's the only time I've done that. Every single other person in the world who does this top 5 shit, it drives me insane, because these fucking people think that they're intelligent because they found multiple sources on the internet of one video that possibly could be construed as, okay, that's a little paranormal. Alright, let's do this. Top 5 paranormal. I'm sick of talking. I'm just rambling. Let's get into it. It's still Nuke. It's still Nuke. The History Channel. 4 horrifying paranormal encounters that will give you nightmares. The proof is out there. Sure.
They say dogs
Let me clarify, because I don't know how copyright works. I'm pretty sure I can just watch these, right? I don't need to, like, give a fucking disclaimer. It's obviously owned by the History Channel. I don't know how YouTube works, guys. Sorry. I've only been on the platform my whole life, and they always change the rules, so...
experience the world differently from humans. Their senses of smell and hearing are far better than ours. But a recent video has people wondering if these superpowers go far beyond their noses and ears. On a sweltering July day in 2020, UK residents Meg Oxby and Jeff Parlett are on a
and their dogs
trio of Hungarian Vizslas, unaware of what they're about to witness.
We were walking along, just having a chat like we normally do, and then we noticed that the dogs were not moving.
At first, this looks like a photograph, but keep watching. The camera starts moving, and yet the dogs all appear to be frozen in their tracks.
Okay, so I'm not at all a dog expert by any means, but I've owned dogs my whole life, basically. I've owned dogs. I have never once, not once, seen a dog that has frozen like this. But if it did, why would that be considered paranormal? Why is that considered like, oh my god, that's fucking weird? Dogs do weird stuff all the time. Cats do weird stuff. I own 9 guinea pigs. They all do weird shit. It has nothing to do with like aliens or the algorithm or the alignment of our planets. It's like, how do you get this idea that, like, I mean, I'm not saying animals can't see the paranormal, because I do think they can, but if that exists, but I just don't get it. Maybe they were just being cute and quirky. Like, it doesn't always have to be construed as a negative thing. Like, oh, aliens did this to our dogs! Like, no, they didn't.
I'm telling you, we are not freezing or slowing down this video. You can tell by the shrubbery right here that it's moving in the wind. Now,
okay. So he's proving to us right now, hey, you can tell, see, it's not a picture. You can tell it's a real video. This is proof. This is proof that paranormal activity happens. It's just a couple of dogs.
Check out how this dog has his leg raised and tail curled. And this other dog is frozen in mid-step.
It could just be their curiosity. I don't know.
The 3 Vizslas stay in that position for 4 whole minutes.
And you're telling me these people just
their normal
like
dog activity.
Yeah, there they are. There they go.
Ancient cultures from the Greeks to the Romans to Koreans all have myths about dogs having supernatural ability.
I'm not
The Mayans
bashing
believed
other
dogs,
cultures.
known for being great
It's
swimmers,
just
swam the souls of the dead across a shadowy lake to the afterlife.
it's just one video of dogs.
Forensic investigator Chase Klotsky wonders if something like that is at work here.
Are there, like, forces, somehow making them stop like that?
No!
Like a theory is that dogs have a spiritual side almost. They sense things like
Yes, I
earthquakes,
do believe that.
illness, even death sometimes.
Recent studies have explored whether dogs have some sort of sixth sense to communicate telepathically. Meg and Jeff concur. Their dogs seem to have some kind of...
Is this the only
feline
video?
ESP.
Okay, frozen in time. All right, we're gonna fast forward because
they do
no,
have
I'm
to
not.
stay still
I'm gonna wait.
So it's just amazing how they can communicate without actually speaking. That side of it is kind of magical, really.
That was me trying to free...
Wait a minute! Time out! I gotta back up. It just showed that guy's... Like, what the fuck? What are you doing?
Side of it is kind of magical.
I gotta
really.
shut up. I keep talking.
That was me trying to freeze for just 5 seconds. It's impossible. I'm too twitchy. So forget about 4 whole minutes. It's clear these dogs can do some amazing things, right? But can they really freeze themselves in mid-step? Let's take the video to our experts.
Wait! Wait! Time out! You need experts? I'm... A cute video of a dog, of a couple of dogs, standing still in a field. Who would have thought that there'd be this huge theory that aliens had something to do with it, or something paranormal? While I'm not ruling out that this is entirely true, making the direct comparison that, like, oh, well, these dogs are seen as, dogs of superpowers in Egypt. I mean, that's how they're seen in Egypt. And it's like, yeah, I don't doubt that they, like, held animals to a very high standard, as you should, because they're animals, they're great. But I highly doubt that this has anything to do with anything paranormal. It's literally just 3 dogs, standing in a field. That's it! And then they move, they go on about their day. Do you know how often I'll see a dog, or, like, I live with a dog, his name's Eggy, he doesn't like me, he's not my dog, but, he has a problem with, like, male people. He doesn't like them, and that's because he was abused when he was a puppy. So I take it upon myself, whenever I talk to Eggy or whenever I greet him or pet him, I'm super cautious about it because I don't want him to think I'm going to hurt him, and I don't want to scare him. He does weird shit all the time. Do you think every single time he barks downstairs, I'm stopping what I'm doing? Oh, fuck. Guys, I'll be right back. Eggy's barking. I gotta go check. I'll be right back. Like, I'm never gonna do that. I'm not gonna be like, oh, it could be aliens. Hold on. There might be someone trying to contact them. I gotta go check. Dogs do weird shit. Dogs will always do weird shit. Animals, by nature, do weird shit. And it's not something that can't be explained, so to speak, but it's just natural. Like, I feel like dogs are naturally strange. Same with cats, same with every animal. And I think that that's because they can't speak to us. So, like, it's just common sense. I don't know. That's how I feel. Maybe I'm in the wrong, but I'm going to fast forward to the next... Oh, boy. This next one says, ghost ship spotted on Lake Superior.
October 2018. Jason Asselin is giving friends a tour along the shores of Lake Superior near Marquette, Michigan.
As we're walking along the lake shore, I heard somebody gasp, and I looked over and I saw them pointing out into the water and said, "What is that out there?"
Jason pulls out his camera and starts recording. There's what appears to be a tall and large object on the horizon. So let's take a closer look.
Look!
The object is gray in color, but the shape appears pretty blurry. Jason and his friends think it might be a ship.
This ship would have had to have been 100.
One more question about this clip. If you heard someone gasp, right? Like someone's like, oh, look! And you look, and you see what looks like a boat. Okay. I don't know, like, I just don't see why that's worthy of being like, oh my god, I need to get my camera out and start filming, because holy fuck. It makes no sense. I'm sorry. If I go to a beach and someone's like, look at that over there. Look, what's that object way out on the horizon? I'm probably going to guess that it's a boat. Like, I'm not going to immediately assume that it's paranormal, and I guess that depends on who you are and how you view the world, and, you know, whatever. You're allowed to believe in whatever you want, but this is reaching. It's just it looks like a water spout, if anything, which probably it isn't. I don't know. It could be fake.
In the air. We never thought that it was a ghost ship at the time, but when I got home and watched the video, that's all I could think of. We just saw a ghost ship.
Since the late 1800s, there have been hundreds and hundreds of shipwrecks that have occurred on Lake Superior. It's definitely a dangerous patch of water that is essential for trade, but very risky to travel on.
Then can't they, like, do something? I know that sounds stupid, but
many large freighters
can't they do something else?
Only to be seen again, allegedly plying the waters long after a tragic wreck.
According to local legend, one of the most famous ships to have gone down is the SS Bannockburn. Locals call it the Flying Dutchman of Lake Superior, and people still claim to see it to this day.
Oh, I bet they do. Just like Bigfoot, right?
Flying Dutchman, the doomed 17th century ship that's been sighted and spoken of for centuries. Jason can't help but wonder if this is the mysterious phenomenon he's captured on camera.
We just witnessed something out of this world.
But
There's
it's
a poem about the world's most famous phantom ship with the line, "They who see the Flying Dutchman never, never reach the shore. But when it comes to getting answers, never say never." Here's what we found.
realistically, let me just put my 2 cents in again. The Flying Dutchman, I've read stories about the Flying Dutchman. I was a kid when I read them, so I don't remember much about it, but, like, I'm pretty sure... Fuck, I can't remember what the hell I read about it, but I read something... I'm not even going to mention it. If I don't remember, there's no point in talking falsified facts. But one thing I will say is if I saw the Flying Dutchman out on the water, like if I'm just sailing or, you know, not even, just on a speedboat, just kind of cruising, minding my own business. If I'm, you know, out enjoying the water, just kind of doing my own thing, and then suddenly I see a fucking Flying Dutchman ship or something that resembles such, I'm turning around and coming back. There is no reason for me to be like, maybe I should try to make contact with that ship. Maybe I should try to talk to them. Or maybe I should try to film them. I'm not going to do that because, like, I know what happens to people who are curious.
First, science writer and forensic video analyst Mick West focuses on the shape of the object in Jason's video. He notes that most
Kind of looks like the
shipwrecks
statue of
in Lake
Christ, but with
Superior
his
are
arms down.
freighters with steam engines. This looks different.
It looks like a sail ship. I don't know whether they have big sail ships on the Great Lakes, but that's what it looks like, and if that's unexpected, then that's a clue that it's not actually a ship.
Next, the team considers another possibility. Physicist Dr. Michio Kaku says it might be a mirage.
A mirage is caused by temperature inversion and dense air.
Hear me out. A mirage is something that I mean, I get it. If multiple people see it, it's not a mirage, right? It's real. But the trick of the lighting could make it seem like something's there when it's not. However, the problem I have with this is that there's no other spot on the entire, like on the horizon of the water that has this. That has a spot like coming up and down or like look like it's actually moving in the distance. There's no other spot in this entire film. So that rules out his theory already. But on top of that, when you experience a mirage, aren't you the only person experiencing it? You can't film a mirage. I mean, unless it's an optical illusion like this, but you can't film a mirage. That's like asking a schizophrenia patient to, like, film his best friend that he talks about all the time, even though that person doesn't exist. So, like, you can't do that. It's, like, you can't rule out that it's just a mirage because multiple people saw it. That doesn't make sense. Or maybe he's wording it totally different and I'm wrong. I don't know.
Physicist Dr. Michio Kaku says it might be a mirage.
A mirage is caused by temperature inversion, and dense air bends light more than hot air.
A temperature inversion can make images below the horizon.
But that's not how it appeared on the video. Like, you know it.
Be causing this effect? Atmospheric scientist Dr. Deanna Hintz looked at the data the day the sighting happened and sees just such an inversion.
The temperature is decreasing and it's actually getting closer to zero. So this is that temperature inversion that can lead to that warm air sitting on top of cold air. This can actually really change.
So it's all science.
Light can propagate through the atmosphere.
Then Mick West tries to put the pieces together.
But
could a temperature inversion have distorted something that is already there? Turns out, there's a small island 12 miles offshore in this area that's normally hard to see.
Up above, we have a view of the island. So this is the direction we're looking from. So I just simply lined up the lighthouse here in the top with the lighthouse down here. So that lines up perfectly.
So it wasn't. What the hell? Stream suspended for policy violations. What the hell? What did I do? I was just watching History Channel. I don't know how that's a policy violation. I have no clue if I'm live still. Apparently not. Why? I have no clue.